name is Chris Westlake. I'm a composer. I write music for TV shows. I've done Castle Rock. I'm working right now on Solar Opposites. I also do music for Star Trek Lower Decks. Composer since college. I started out as a classical guitar player. I grew up playing a lot of Spanish and flamenco guitar. The practicing thing got to be a lot, and just basically wanted to have more fun with music again. So I had a lot of friends that were filmmakers and just started getting to know them. And then they knew me as the music person, so then they asked me to do music for their short films in college. And it just sort of progressed from there. So basically, I'm sort of a composer for stories. That's the way I like to think of it. I do love coffee. I think, I started using it out of habit. I think mostly to try and, because people say, it gives you energy and, trying to pull a deadline and staying up too late. And was drinking terrible coffee. And then, but I got in the habit of it. And then, one day I just walked into a coffee shop someplace and, not a chain. I was like, this is much better. Because I just been drinking terrible stuff. Maybe it's a lot of things that you drink. I mean, probably the same thing with certain, alcohol. In college, right? You drink like whatever's there. And then you move on in life, and then you have something that's actually nice. The reason why I think I love this place in particular is, I work from home, so always sort of surrounded by the same environment all day long. So I find it really helpful to just get out of the house, and it just helps me clear my head. But I do have to say there's probably 4 coffee shops walking distance, and I've only ever come here. And I think it's that it's you can just tell that when you're here, there's just a lot of love put into this place. It's independently owned. You can tell right away. Even from the people working there, sort of sense that it's like not a chain, and I really like that. Great sense of community. Now I'm met some of the other regulars. I guess I'm a regular. Yeah, I think I'm right. Embarrassingly so. I'm here so often, almost every day. My main story that I share about this place is just I always talk about it. So I always like telling my friends about it and trying to bring them here and introduce people to it. And it's one of those places that I just want to share with everybody and say, like, this place is so cool. Like, everybody should come here. Atmosphere. I think it just feels like everybody's friendly, and you can just tell that there's attention and care put into things. Love those empanadas. Yes. I'm also half Cuban, and so for me, there's also probably a small element of like, it's comforting. Argentina is different than Cuba, obviously, but there are certain familiarities. I think the empanadas, there's a little bit of the flavor that's just very comforting for me. I noticed a lot of the same types of people here. So the great thing is, like, during the pandemic, when everybody was, shut down, I was, really worried about using this place, and so I was always putting in mobile orders and things like that. Just the other day, I was talking to somebody, and they were rallying with all of their neighbors to, like, hey, let's go through orders. Everybody kind of, like, rallied around this place. So even now, I'm just still meeting people that are sort of, like, attracted to to what this place is. It's the closest thing that I have, like, to, like, Cheers or something like that. I don't think too cheesy. But yeah, it's really great. I love it. This is actually really good timing because I have an album coming out in a month for Star Trek Lower Decks. It's a vinyl. It's available on Amazon for pre-order. And it's a lot of orchestral music from these wonderful LA musicians, and it's very much in the sort of sci-fi, fun, adventure space. And that's my first vinyl that's ever coming out, so I'm very excited about that. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your
Thank you. Yes.
So nice to have you.
Yeah, likewise. Yes. Yes, thank you. All right. I'm happy to help.